First of all, I want to thank all of you for the wonderful work you did during the recent elections. This victory was a victory for all of us, for everybody who participated. This issue of budgeting is not easy because people really get confused. That's why you find that some individuals are not able to manage in life because they are not able to prioritize among priorities. The strategy of how you budget is very crucial. Now, because of those mistakes, we started getting into a crisis. By 2005, plus other mistakes, like when the Mugisha Muntu and others blocked my plan of Bujagari. I had negotiated a very good agreement for Bujagari. They blocked it in Parliament. So we didn't have enough electricity. The only electricity we had was the one we had repaired of Owen Falls Dam. The economy was growing, electricity was not growing, electricity supply. So in 2005, we had a crisis of load shedding, you remember. This time I called Parliament in the Statistics House and also Cabinet. Say, please now, I demand that we prioritize the roads and electricity. And the reason I did that was because, and I would want to persuade all of you, that whatever you do, can you identify the factors, the core factors that primarily cause the economy to grow? As I was telling some people a little while ago, there are four things. First of all, peace in the country. Maybe 5. First of all, peace in the country. You must have peace in the country. So that's why we always prioritize the army. Even if we don't have enough money, let's fund the army to be able to defend us. Because without peace, what can you do? Secondly, the policy of wealth creation. The third one are the wealth creators. Who are the wealth creators? The ones who expand the wealth of the country. It is first of all the farmers who grow crops, rear livestock. Secondly, the manufacturers. And thirdly, the hotel people, to some sections of services. If you have those 5, you have peace, you have policy. There's also infrastructure. Infrastructure is very crucial because how will the factories work if they don't have electricity? In this year's budget, we have a number of pressures which must be funded. There's AFCON, this football group. our young people, even me, I'm a footballer, but from 1966, I have forgotten about football. I am always on the Africa. But I used to be a footballer. But the young people like football. And when this AFCON comes, it will bring a lot of people here. We may earn more money from people who come than the money we are spending on AFCON. So that must be funded. We are in it. We can't fail. Then we have got scientific innovations. Kira Motors, they will tell you the details. It's a big hit now in Africa. People have ordered vehicles, they want them now. Our people drove Kira Motors from here up to South Africa and came back. Oh, it has become a hot potato. We can't let down ourselves. There's coffee in Tungamo. That young man there has done a wonderful job. He touches many things here and there, but that one can be controlled. But the core thing is that adding value to coffee, our coffee will earn $25 to $40 per kilo instead of the present $2.5 per kilo. This one we cannot waste time. And then there are some of our young people who have discovered some drugs, health drugs. Magora, there's a boy called Sefka who has discovered medicine for diabetes and cancer. So this must be funded. Then when we were in the north and the east and the north central Lango, I agreed with the people about what they call restocking, they call it compensation. But really it is restocking. The people accepted my view, which was, instead of giving money to lawyers who are stealing the money, why don't you give cows or money to families in stages? And they agreed. They are very happy, very expectant. So that must be funded. To what Sharia? Because that's how Africans speak. As if they were not in a hurry. Towards Sharia, when we were still there, the teachers, and the security people say, members of parliament are getting a lot of money. We must also get. I've been persuading them many times, you wait. But now it is becoming a problem now. So this time, even this time, I wanted to say Mlinde Ko, but many of my people said, no, it will destabilize the country. So I said, okay, katugende, let's move. Katonda jari. God is there. So, because of those pressures, I want you to be aware that we have to be very strict. The good thing is that some of these are one time off. AFCON one time off. Like when we funded Nrm, we funded Nrm and upgraded Munyonyo, now Munyonyo is there forever. And the Nrm expenditure is not annual, it was just a one time. So AFCON expenditure is one time. The science expenditures, most of them are one time. They are not recurrent. The only recurrent are the salaries of our people. So therefore, if we focus properly, we can actually do the crucial ones. So therefore, this is the budget I want you to support, so that we move. But where we are going, I would want us to really see how to eventually get out of these debts. Because if our GDP now is 68 billion, if we are collecting 25% of this as tax, we would be getting something like 62 trillion in tax. And if we are not paying the debt of 32 trillion, we would actually have a surplus. You can calculate the mathematics. We can have a surplus, but because of not listening to privatization, we end up with all this wastage. This wastage, 14 trillion interest